Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you please to stand for the European anthem? Thank you very much. My name is Ben Butters, and I have the pleasure to be moderating today's discussions. Before I invite our distinguished opening ceremony guests to speak, just a couple of practical points, notably in relation to interpretation. You can see on the screens the different languages that are available and the corresponding channels, and you should, next to your chair, have a machine whereby you can choose the relevant channel. And the languages available are French, German, Italian, Greek, Polish and Spanish. So, without further ado, it is my great pleasure to invite Dita Charanzova, who is the Vice President of the European Parliament and our host today, to open today's European Parliament of Enterprises. Dita, the floor is yours.
Good morning, dear Vice President, dear President, dear members of the European Parliament, dear members of the European Parliament of Enterprises. I'm truly honored and delighted to stand before you today to open your session and to welcome you here to the European Parliament. Right here in this very hemicycle of the European Parliament, we have gathered some of the best entrepreneurial minds from all across the corner of Europe. Your presence here is not only a show of solidarity between businesses, but also a powerful statement of your unwavering commitment to the European single market, to the European project. This gathering is more than just an event. This is an opportunity for all of us to engage in constructive dialogue and to tackle head-on the burning issues that have shaped the business environment from 2019 to 2024. The last few years have been anything but a walk in the park for our businesses. A global pandemic wreaking havoc on economies and lives has forced us to adapt to a new reality. Add to that the ongoing Ukrainian conflict that has posed additional challenges, further impacted by the energy prices and inflation. All of this has rocked industries and markets across our continent. But while these issues have dominated headlines, we must not overlook the persistent challenges that have been long-standing issues in the entrepreneurial world: skills shortages, access to finance, and regulation where they are not needed. These problems have only grown thornier, adding to the obstacles businesses face daily. It is no wonder that this year's annual Eurochamber Economic Survey showed that business confidence in Europe is currently at its lowest point in 30 years. This statistic underscores the urgent need for action and collaboration to energize economic growth and prosperity. I have often heard from businesses that the European Union hasn't been attentive ear during these difficult times and hasn't adequately responded to the concerns of businesses during this period. That Europe just continues with its policy agenda as if nothing has happened. While I might not go that far, I would agree that we have to do more. We must seriously ponder how to implement the European Green Deal agenda so it helps European businesses. We must seriously ponder how we can achieve the goals of sustainable due diligence without reporting requirements that hold European businesses back in global competition. In this context, I believe we all commend President von der Leyen's announcement in March this year to reduce reporting requirements by 25%, as well as her greatest focus on competitiveness in her State of the European Union speech in September this year. These developments are steps in the right direction, and we must actively support and contribute to this shift towards a growth agenda. This must truly be the focus of the next Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, the economic forecasts for the coming years highlight the urgency of this transition, with predicted growth rates of only 0.8% for this year and 1.3% for the next year. It is therefore crucial that we work together to ensure that the European Union does not lose further ground to its global competitors. This year we celebrated the 30th anniversary of the European single market. For 30 years, it has been the cornerstone of our economic growth and integration. Now is not the time to take its success for granted. Instead, we should bolster its foundation to finally complete the 4 freedoms, especially in services. To ensure that harmonized European regulations mean simplifying business operations, reducing barriers within the internal market, replacing national regulations, not just adding new ones. That the digitalization that is transforming our industries also transform our single market. We must champion the digital single market, ensuring fair competition and innovation for European companies, both offline and online. Equally, we must invest in infrastructure and connectivity, as they are essential for seamless trade and services. We must do this so that the European economy is strong and our businesses with it. But I want to make one thing clear. To achieve this, we must create a stronger single market, not a return to national ones, nor a return to member states fighting against each other instead of working together in the global context. I am sure that each of you here today is aware of this and understand the profound impact that the European Union has on your daily business operations. But we need your inputs, your efforts to make the single market stronger and better. With the European elections just a few months away, this event also provides us a unique opportunity to make clear to voters that a Europe that is good for business is a Europe that is good for citizens. We must encourage you and your colleagues, contacts, family, friends, to engage in the democratic process, to make your voices heard, and to cast your votes in early June. The decision made during these elections will significantly impact the future of our continent and the business landscape within it. So before letting my place to other speakers, let's just remember the challenges we are facing today are substantial, but our resolve to overcome them is even greater. This platform is meant for dialogue, for cooperation, and meaningful change. It is a symbol of our collective determination to build a better future for the European citizens, for the European businesses. Together, we can address the difficulties of the past and pave the way for a more resilient future for entrepreneurs across Europe. I look forward to your inspiring conversation and initiatives that will emerge from this event. Thank you very much.